What's up, everybody? Welcome back, football fam. It's time for your Week 13 college football playoff top 25 reaction and bracket video. Right off the bat, 5 SEC teams in the top 10. No love to the ACC or the Big 12. In the group of 5, only one team ranked in the top 25, and it's possibly the wrong team, in my opinion. I can go 3 different ways over the team that got ranked. And I think let's just start right there, man. Looking at Tulane pulling in at number 24 this week. They have them also in the 12th spot in the college football playoff at the at-large bid for the group of 5. Tulane is 8-2. Your thoughts on Tulane being ranked in the top 25 and making the college football playoffs?
I have a problem with them being ranked in the top 25 simply because North Texas, I believe, is ranked lower than them at 25, I believe. And Navy, who has a better record and better conference record, should be above them, in my opinion. So if we're going off that, Tulane should not be in the number 12 spot. I think it should either be North Texas or Navy.
Tulane at 24, North Texas not even ranked at all. North Texas coming off a big victory this week, put up 56 on UAB. Probably the most potent offense in the Big 12. I mean, in the group of 5. I think a team that really should get some attention from the committee is North Texas. They're 9-1, possibly going to win the American. But also, you got James Madison out there in the Sun Belt, man. Also 9-1. No love in the top 25 at all. James Madison, another good team in the group of 5. It's getting to the point where I'm starting to think that maybe the group of 5 should start their own tournament. Because, I mean, I'm down to watch North Texas, Tulane, Memphis, James Madison, Navy, and whoever else, just about San Diego State, Boise State. I'm down to watch them battle out in their own tournament.
UNLV.
UNLV, yeah. I'm down to watch that. So,
college football has been rigged for the longest time. Like, we know that living down here in the South that the SEC carries more weight than anything. So, and then like I said, I think they should do away with cupcake schedules. That way, if you're the best, play the best of the best. You know, so that's just.
Well, you brought it up. Someone's gonna tell you. You talk about teams playing the best of the best. Why do that if the end result at the end of the day doesn't even matter? Look at Miami, Notre Dame. Miami beat Notre Dame, and yet it doesn't matter. People are steady talking about the 2 losses Miami has. They're talking about the 2 losses Notre Dame has. One of those 2 losses Notre Dame has is to Miami. Well, they lost to 2 ranked teams. Miami lost to 2 unranked teams. First off, that's not true. Miami lost to 1 unranked team. Both of those losses were at the last play of the game. Notre Dame lost to 2 ranked teams, one of them being Miami. Make it make sense, in my opinion, for the committee.
Well, we see in this bracket that the first week of the season does not matter. I mean, you might as well rest your starters the first week of the season.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that, man. You know, it should be the end all be all, but if these teams finish with the same record, the head-to-head should matter, in my opinion. You shouldn't damn a team for losing at the beginning of the year, just like you shouldn't damn a team for losing at the end of the year. Both teams have rebounded well, come back. Notre Dame still only has 1 ranked victory on the season. Let this sink in. Miami has 3, and Miami might not make the college football playoffs.
I mean, if we're looking at it, they have Miami winning the ACC championship right now.
Miami has a less than 10% chance of making the ACC championship game.
But yet they're the only ACC team here.
Which I also have gripe with, because you got Georgia Tech at 16. If they go out there and win the ACC, they deserve to be in.
But will they, though? That's the thing.
It says the top 5 highest rated conference champions.
Not in this picture. We're looking at it, don't.
So, I mean, I don't think you should punish Georgia Tech for 1 loss. If Georgia Tech goes 11-1, they beat Georgia, and they win ACC, they should be in. That don't mean you take Miami out. That means you take Notre Dame out. In my opinion.
I think if they lose to Georgia, they should still get in if they win the ACC championship. Because that's not a conference loss.
They should still get in. But I don't think the committee is going to let them in. I think this is a committee saving face move by putting Miami in over Georgia Tech, and I don't think that's right.
Well, I think with the rankings we see with Alabama and Oklahoma, that they're trying to save face with the ACC as well.
Yeah, speaking of the ACC, Vanderbilt at 14 does not have a top 40 victory all year.
And 3 losses, correct?
Missouri, 3 losses. Missouri at 22 does not have a top 40 victory all year.
I believe 4 losses, correct?
You got Utah, does not have a top 25 victory. BYU may have 1.
They might have 2.
Not totally sure.
They have 2, I think.
Okay. You got another team out there that hasn't really beat anybody. Oh, Tennessee doesn't have a top 40 victory this year. So they're number 20. So SEC bias sneaks in again over some teams that shouldn't be there. Over some teams that should actually be in there.
Texas should be in my opinion.
Texas is at 17. It's going to be hard to get Texas in there.
It's going to be hard.
The loss to Georgia this week probably took them out.
I mean, they did beat Oklahoma. And the only other loss would be Ohio State and Florida. The Florida loss actually looks pretty good right now, considering that they've been playing a lot better.
Well, if you say that, you got to think about teams that beat Florida that's not in it. You got to think about Miami again. They beat Florida.
They in it.
So
they in it.
They're in the bracket. I don't think at the end of the day Miami's in this thing. I don't think they. How would you explain leaving Georgia Tech or Virginia out if they win the ACC?
You know what they would. You know what they would say. The same thing they told Florida State. Who wants to watch them? That's a quote. That moment set the precedent right there.
I got a quote for you. The guy, what's his name? Hunter something, head of the committee. He said weighing losses is more important than weighing wins. What? That's what we grade people on? Who they lose to now? That's what's more important?
So if I schedule this gonna be my schedule: Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Oregon, Miami. That's 6 losses right there. I should get in because I played the best 6 teams.
If you're competitive, you win there.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's a fireable offense.
That's crazy to me, man. I just think it's too many SEC teams in here. I can make an argument for Oregon is like in way too high at 7.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want you to think I was crazy. I think they're way too high. Because who's
too high?
Who have they beat?
Nobody.
You can't
besides Penn State was ranked at the time.
That shouldn't have been happening.
It still counts as a top 25 victory.
I get it, but you can make the case that Oregon has not beat anybody. They don't play anybody in the top 25 except Iowa, who they won by a field goal. And Iowa's still 21 for some reason, even though they have 2 back-to-back losses. So I'm at 6-4, which is insane to me. We're not talking about that though.
Iowa fell out.
Okay, I thought I saw some. They were still 21, but
they took my Iowa, another team that hadn't really beaten anybody this year. So they finally took them out. You got Illinois at 21, Missouri at 22, Houston 23, Tulane 24, Arizona State 25. Arizona State a lot of losses, by the way, at 25.
I think they're weighing the losses because they haven't had a starting quarterback who actually isn't hurt. By the way, he just lost his job. So we didn't even talk about that. The man Sims is actually playing better than Levitt was, and yet you wrote anyway. But yeah, Oregon. I don't think Oregon should be in the playoffs at all because Ohio State and Indiana are obviously the 2 best teams in the conference.
Down here in the Big Ten, in my opinion, I don't think Oregon has solidified themselves to be a playoff team. They got them at number 7, hosting Alabama. I favor Alabama big in that game. Yeah, I just think that Oregon shouldn't be that safe. I think Oregon should be on the road right now.
I don't think. I think Oregon should be taken out, and BYU should be putting in my opinion, because I think BYU has more better wins than Oregon does. So
I think you take Tulane out, you take Notre Dame out, you take Oregon out. I think you put in North Texas or James Madison, in my opinion, for that group of 5 spot, and you add in Georgia Tech, Virginia winner of the ACC, and you put in BYU.
I mean, I agree with that. I still think Oklahoma should be taken out for another ACC team, in my opinion. But Oklahoma does have that win over Alabama, so that looks good. But at the same time, Virginia and Georgia Tech both deserve to be put in there.
I'm gonna say both.
I want to say both because if we're looking at it, Miami shouldn't even be in it. If we're looking at it,
if Miami finishes 10-2 and has 4 ranked victories, they should be in it,
even without losing the conference, even without winning the conference.
I mean, Alabama's gonna be in it with the same record. They ain't win the conference, and they got 4 ranked victories. They win. Alabama in the year with 4 ranked victories because they played 2 sub 500 teams the rest of the year. So they will finish with 4 ranked victories, the same as Miami if Miami wins out.
So we're looking at a SEC championship with Texas A&M and Georgia,
or Alabama. Alabama still only has 1 loss.
Right. So if Alabama beats Texas A&M, let me rephrase that. If Alabama loses Texas A&M, they should be out. That's what you're saying.
Yes. I'm saying if they lose to Auburn, they should be out.
I'm not thinking about them losing to Auburn, even though it can happen. But I'm looking ahead to if they lose to Texas A&M, they should be out.
But I'm just saying, in the regular season, if Miami and Alabama both finish 10-2 and both teams have 4 ranked victories, which they have, both teams should be in.
So you're taking out Notre Dame still?
I'm not including. You trying to put in 3 ACC teams, trying to put in 2. I think the winner between Virginia.
I'm already taking out Notre Dame. They shouldn't be in it at all, in my opinion.
They should.
That's what my head is.
They already out. Yeah, they're already out in my scenario. I mean, they can get back in if chaos ensues, but they're out currently. And I think the winner of the Georgia Tech Virginia ACC championship game should be in. I mean, the winner of that game is in with Miami.
So,
my opinion.
Question for you about this: we know Ohio State is going to play Indiana in the Big Ten championship. Does the loser of that game drop to out of the top 5?
Probably.
But should they?
If it's Indiana, probably. The outcome, they still both in.
Right. But I think they should stay 1-2 no matter what happens. Because they've been the 2 most dominant teams in the nation.
They have been, but they won't be. You know why? SEC bias. You're going to have 3 teams from the SEC with a bye. Georgia. You're going to have either 3 of these 4-5 teams are going to be on the bye. Georgia, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Alabama, and maybe Oklahoma.
I don't think Oklahoma gets a bye. That would be insane.
With Georgia, Texas A&M, Alabama, Ole Miss, 3 of those 4 teams end up with a bye. If the wrong team wins the SEC championship.
Who's the wrong team?
It'll be Alabama. Because they're on the outside looking in. So if Alabama gets in there and they didn't win it.
That's why I think putting them at 10 was a big mistake. Because they're still the second best team in the SEC. If we're looking at record-wise. So this is my last gripe. Take the ADs out from the committee. That's one thing right there. Like, because they're gonna fight for their teams to be. Because I think it's a couple of ADs on the committee. Take them out.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put in. I don't want to say media, but you got to put in a couple of people from the media, like at least suits people who aren't biased. Like you have to really do your research because some of these folks are not SEC biased. You have a lot of them, but some of them tell it how it is, and you have to find a committee that actually knows what the hell they're talking about. That's the thing.
I agree. I think they need to actually put out criteria every week of why this team is ranked where they are. Like, don't just put a blind bracket out there. Tell me why this team is number 1, why this team is 8, why this team is 12, and why these 4 teams were the first 4 out. I need to know.
And then if you do it that way, no one can be mad at you for standing on what you believe, because you make the schedule, right? You make the bracket. If you have a reason of why it is the way it is, tell people. That way they at least know where you're coming from. That way they can be like, okay, we see what's going on. But don't just throw out some BS. Leave people like us to talk about it.
Don't tell me head-to-heads matter in the SEC. But then when you get head-to-heads out of conference with Miami beating Notre Dame, that doesn't matter. But Georgia beating Alabama or whatever, that matters. No, I'm not saying Georgia. I'm just talking in general. I know Georgia, Alabama. I'm just talking in general. But don't tell me that matters, but the other conference head-to-heads don't matter.
What if Texas A&M loses? Do you put them below Alabama, or do you put them below Georgia?
If they lose to Alabama, you got to. That SEC championship team is getting the bye.
Doesn't Texas A&M play Texas?
Huh?
Doesn't Texas A&M have to play Texas?
Yes. That's the last game of the season.
So if Texas beats Texas A&M, does Texas deserve to get in?
Yeah.
They're looking at 6 SEC teams.
But, I mean, Texas is like literally, what are they ranked? 17th or something like that? Yeah, 17th. So they in striking distance. They have victories over Oklahoma, over Texas A&M. 2 teams in the playoffs. They're gonna put them in there. And they got Archman in the quarterback.
Yeah, that's it right there.
That's money. They in.
Yeah, man. This bracket is all. It's not even a bracket. It's just my top 12 teams in the league right now, in the nation right now. That's what it is. The college football top 12 teams according to the committee.
Top 11 plus Tulane.
Right. Top 11 plus 2. Top 10 plus Oregon and Tulane. That's what I would say.
Oregon should not be hosting the home game.
They shouldn't be in it.
I think they only got 1 loss, so I mean, I wouldn't take them out, but no, they shouldn't be that high.
I mean, their only losses to Indiana, which that's a good loss. If we're weighing losses, that's a good loss. But
yeah,
you gotta look at everything else too, though.
They haven't played nobody.
I mean, they haven't. So
who is their last game of the season?
It better not be Oregon State. I know that for a fact.
They played them earlier this year. It might be. Is it Washington?
It could be Washington. Washington's a good team.
Yeah, Washington is at one point was in the top 25. I don't think they are now. I think they just lost. So,
but they got to play USC, I believe. They play USC Saturday, and they play Washington the week after that.
If USC wins their game, all hell breaks loose in the top 25. And Oregon should drop out. USC should jump in. And when the people USC jump will be ridiculous. They'll jump from 15th all the way in. They would have to jump Vanderbilt, Miami, Utah, and BYU to get in.
I don't want Oregon to win that game because they don't deserve to be in.
But the safer bet would be Oregon winning that game.
But I think USC wins that game, though.
I mean, Oregon has no pass catchers left.
None. Is the freshman still out?
Yeah, still out. So,
hey, Dan Lanning, this is your time to prove that you are a great coach right here. That game against USC will solidify you as one of the best coaches, in my opinion. Because I still have you on the outside looking in.
I think USC wins that game, man.
Well, next Tuesday or next Wednesday, when the new bracket comes out, we're gonna have a real big discussion if that happens.
Definitely. But y'all, man, look, y'all out there, y'all tell us what y'all gripes are. If this bracket is perfect, tell us it's perfect. If y'all got an issue with it, where's the Big 12 representation? I mean, BYU and Utah 11 and 12, but also on the outside, it's something to be noted of. Does the ACC get 2 teams in? I think they should. I don't think they will, though. It's Tulane the right Group of 5 team. Make your case to San Diego State, James Madison, North Texas, Navy, maybe even Boise, UNLV, whoever you think. Should they have their own tournament? I think so. Y'all hear me in the comments. Let me know I'm not crazy on that. Tell me I'm not the only one that watched that. Oregon, should they be in? Should they be out? Based on the resume, are they ranked perfectly? Are they ranked too high or too low? Y'all let me know. Ty, you got anything else?
That's it for me, man. If you think it's perfect, tell us why you think it's perfect. Don't just say it's perfect. Give us your reason why, and I will be in the comments. So give us a reason.
There you go, man. We out.